we're going to make the plastic adjuster for our laptop. So first thing you do, as usual, just call it adjuster, putting it in the laptop stand, and I'm saving it. And the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to insert an M4 nut, because we want our adjuster to fit over that. So I'm going to the McMaster Car components. I'm going to find M4 nuts, and I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to choose it there, and I need to select I want a 3D step. I want no threads, because we don't need those for this application. And there it is, and we'll say OK. Now I want to make sure that there's a hole in the adjuster for the threaded piece. So this is actually, we're going to use this as a tool to cut, but I do need to, first of all, we'll finish that, then we'll extrude that. -20. Okay, and it's the join, which is what we want. We'll do OK, so we're left with this piece here. Next, we're going to create a new component. So we'll right click, new component, and this is the adjuster. And we want to create a sketch on that face. We want it to have a diameter of, let's say, 15 for now. We'll finish the sketch. Let's zoom in so we can see that, and let's extrude that now. Extrude that back 20, and of course we want that to be -20. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to combine. We're going to cut, and we don't want to keep the tool this time. Take that. We'll do that. Okay, and now you can see that you would be able to fit this over the top of an M4 nut, which is what we want. So that's that bit done. Now, of course, that's a smooth cylinder, might be hard to grip. So what I want to do now is I want to create something to grip onto. Now, what I need to do, I need to construct an axis through a cylinder or a cone. I can choose that one. So I've made an axis, and that's okay. I'm going to need to use that in a moment. The next thing I want to do is I want to generate, and another construction, I'm going to construct an offset plane, and I'm going to offset this plane, and let's do 20 is quite high. We don't want it to be that big. Let's do 10. Let's look at that from the front. Yeah, 10's quite good, I think. So we've created that plane, and we'll say OK. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create one of the little grips. We're going to draw it on that there, and I'm going to draw a rectangle. Like that there. And I'm going to finish the sketch. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude this to object, minus 10. Well, okay, that's not worked. So distance C that way. No, it doesn't like that, and that's fine. Distance minus 10's too much. We're actually going to want to join minus 7 minus 5. Do that minus 5 and do OK. So we've created this piece, and the next thing I want to do is I want to create some additional pieces of this around the outside. So I am going to create a pattern, and I want a circular pattern, and it's asking me to select the faces. So I'll select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's asking me to select an axis. So that's why we created this before, and you can see that I can change the number of these grips. So you can have any number you like, as you see. I'm just going to go for 3, and then we do OK. The next thing I want to do, we're looking at the back of the piece there, spin it around. The next thing I want to do is I want to round these edges off. So I'm going to use the fillet command. I'm going to select all of these, because I think this will be more ergonomic if I can and I'm going to put a 1mm. Just going to spin that round to see if I've got all of those, and we'll say OK, and then we'll do exactly the same thing again. Fillet, and we'll select try not to miss any of these out. Again, that's 1 millimeter. Okay, and finally do the same thing again. You see, there's a preview for you. Let's go back to home. It might look nicer as well if we also put the same fillet on there. This face is going to be flush up against, so we'll leave that there like that. And finally, just as a finishing touch, what I will do is I'll actually make it look like plastic. So if I right click, I can physical material, and let's do plastic. We can look through a whole list of plastics, and you can have a kind of a translucent, which is interesting. I'm actually going to go for that yellow. And so if I just drag and drop that onto there, you can see that. And then I'll just save that. And that's how we can make the adjuster in Fusion 360.